Hey, everybody, thanks so much for joining me. If you're here for the first time, my name is Shemaine, and I just got done doing a live interview with Ed and Karen on American Sunrise on Real America's Voice Network. So if you don't have that, go get it. Real America's Voice. You can watch it live. And then later today, Ted and I are both going to be on the Dr. Gina show at 6 p.m. Central Time. Look for Dr. Gina. And if I think you can go back, so watch American Sunrise. And I did the interview at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, so you should be able to watch that. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. One being One More Mission. But first, I'm going to say hi to everybody who has been joining me and popping in. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Janet. How are you? Hope everybody is doing well. And hey, Mark, how are you? Great to see everybody popping in. Hey, Brenda from Alabama. Oh, yeah. And let me know where you're watching from. I always like to see because we have people from all over the world, which is so cool. Hey, Vern, how are you from Macomb, Michigan? That's where I'm from originally. I was on the Macomb Marlin swim team. And by the way, Vern, I don't know if you know this, the Macomb YMCA, we competed against the Russian girls swim team in an exhibition. Guess who won, Vern? Guess who won? We beat them. So, yeah, that was way back in my youth. Hey, Perry Piper, how are you? Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Hope everything is going better in Naples, Florida. It's just so devastating. And actually, I wanted to clear up something. The other day, I was talking about if you want to send gift cards. I have people who are boots on the ground in Naples, Florida, because I have a second home there. I have a she shed, and there's just so much devastation there. It looks like a war zone. And there are people who are literally boots on the ground, meaning they are there. They're my friends, and they're helping people get rid of the junk in their homes, tearing down drywall, which needs to be done. If you have water infiltration, a lack of ventilation, and a porous substance, you will have mold within 72 hours and toxic mold. So if you got flooded, get rid of whatever was water damaged. Don't, I hate to say this, but maybe this is my calling to talk about toxic mold. If you want to find out more information about my story and toxic mold, unfortunately, I do know a little bit about that, and you can check out my documentary at killerhouse.org. You can hear my story, how I got sick and almost died from toxic mold. And I think that's one of my missions in life, is to help you become healthier and happier, because I know what it's like to lose your health, and it's no fun. And I want to share this with you because you might not think about it. It's just a little bit of water. Man, it can do so much destruction and can have long-term devastating health effects. Those of you who have been exposed to toxic mold know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so let me talk about One More Mission real quick. So, excuse me, One More Mission, I'm going to go directly to their website. If you want more information, you can go to onemoremission.com. And basically what it is a campaign to forge a new tradition with veterans and first responders. And what they're doing, what they're trying to do is from their website, it says, we're a growing cohort of patriots of all stripes who are continuing to support and defend our Constitution by ensuring the honor and integrity of our community polling stations. Excuse me. You've all heard people say it starts local. It starts local. It starts local. If you see something, say something. If you see, we know about the election fraud in the past, and who were you going to tell if you wanted to say something? If you haven't seen Dinesh D'Souza's 2000 Mules, go watch it. I have more information about that in my upcoming podcast. And in case you don't know, I have a podcast, and you can watch it on Podbean. And it's really a unique name. Yeah, it's my name. It's just the Shemaine Show. And you can watch it on Podbean or on Apple iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, it's available. So I go into more about the Reveal This Steel event that I was in Naples just before the hurricane hit. So back to One More Mission. So the goal of One More Mission is to increase election integrity and to make a positive impact on the community. But most importantly, what I think is so cool about this is it brings veterans and first responders together. And you know, they took an oath and to protect our country. And this is this not the best way to do that? Is to have secure and safe elections, to have election integrity. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up for you to chat with you. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey, Sue Pearson from Iowa. How are you? Good morning, Timothy. Hey, Kimberly from Arizona. Love you. Hey, Darren. Thank you so much for being here. Stephanie from Kentucky. Glad you are here. Oklahoma in the house. Good morning. Hey, Fred. Good morning. Good morning from Naples. Hey, Tony. Good morning. Port Huron. Good morning, Darren. How are you? Nashville, Tennessee in the house. Hey, Steve. Little Rock. Good morning, Brad. Hey, Sue from Ormond Beach. Good morning, Marshall from Louisiana. Okay, so Elizabeth is saying it's getting cleaned up slowly but surely. Been working with my church to provide. Okay, so what I had mentioned before, I want to clarify. So I had given you address, and it is in a post 2 posts ago, I think it is, and I gave you an address. And if you so want to contribute to helping the cleanup efforts in the Naples, Florida area, you can send a gift card to that address. Send a gift card to that address. I've seen some comments. People say, well, how do I know? How do we know if we can trust them? If you trust me, I trust these people who are boots on the ground. They are the ones that are going to help door to door and helping people. And what they've told me is they need gift cards. And unfortunately, a lot of people have said, well, I don't want to support big box stores. But if you think about, if you look around in your home right now and look at every little thing, what you're surrounded with are things that you can only get at big box stores right now. Unfortunately, some of the smaller mom and pop places are closed down. They haven't been able to start up. So what they need are essentials. You know, people with little children, babies need diapers, diaper wipes. They need sheets and pillows, my pillows. So the best way to do this is to send a gift card to the address that I mentioned. And again, if you really want to make a donation, you will take the effort to go back a couple of podcasts, a couple of Facebook Live or Instagram Live, or not Instagram Live, but YouTube videos that I posted on here. I think I had a gold blouse on, and I talk about that. So I'm not posting it here because I only want serious people to send gift cards. People who are serious about helping send gift cards. Okay, I'm going to make this really quick. I've got a lot on my plate, as do you. The last thing I wanted to tell you about, kind of a switch up in the conversation, but I'd love to know how many people here, I'm going to watch your comments, who love to read novels. I am so excited, number one, that I found my new favorite author, Charles Martin, and I actually reached out to him on Instagram. I'm like, what the heck? That's how I've been able to find a lot of the people that I've been interviewing on my podcast, is I just reach out to them and I compliment them on what they're doing. If I like them, because a lot of times there's one specific gal here. I don't know how she does it. I've banned her a dozen times. She keeps coming back and bashing me. I don't lose sleep over it, really, but I don't know how you, if you don't like what I'm saying, why are you here, dude? I don't understand it. But oftentimes you only hear the negative. So I make it a point to, if I like somebody's product or what they're doing or saying, I will reach out to them and tell them. And so I reached out to Charles Martin, and I was looking through, I did cyberstalk him a little bit. I'm just saying. His books have changed my life. I am so, in the past month, a friend told me about it because I'm writing, I have my book, Killer House, that's all about toxic mold. I feel like I needed to get that information out there, but I've got a novel in me, guys. It's buried in me. And, someday when I do have time, I'm going to write that novel. In the meantime, I want to tell you about a book or a series of books that I love. They're romance novels combined with thrillers. Like from the first page, I couldn't stop reading. There are 3 books. It's a trilogy. It's the Murphy Sheppard series by Charles Martin, The Waterkeeper, The Letter Keeper, and The Record Keeper. I'm 3/4 of the way through The Record Keeper right now. And tomorrow I am interviewing, I want to say Murphy Sheppard, but it's not. It's Charles Martin. Okay, so here's what I found out about Charles Martin. He's a bow hunter. And guess what? He shoots the same bow I do. He shoots a Matthews. So I had to reach out to him. I had to talk to him. We chatted on the phone yesterday, and I'm super excited. I booked an interview with him. So in an upcoming podcast, probably next week, I will be, you can watch and listen. And again, if you don't know about my podcasts, there are a lot of things that I can't say here on social media. So I do say a lot of things that I would otherwise be banned for on my podcast, The Shemaine Show. And you can get that anywhere you get your podcasts, on iTunes, Roku, and also a new platform called Podbean. So go check those out. And I interview everybody from authors to people, politicians, people who know way more than I do about things that are going on in the world today. And again, lots of things that I can't talk about here. So if you're interested, I'm going to check out the comments right now. Do you like to read books? What type of books do you like to read? I'm going to take just a minute to check these. And somebody says, who has time to read books? I'm surrounded right now. I'm in my office. I probably have 300 books. And you can see I have bookshelves here. That's nothing. There's 2 rows there, 2 rows there, a row there, and a row. Like hundreds of books. And on my nightstand in my bedroom, I have probably another 100. So what happens is we get so consumed with the daily activities that we sometimes can't relax and our minds start turning. So at night, I like to read before I go to bed. It's like my Ambien. I like to read a novel. It just takes away. There's no, as my husband would say, there's no Nancy Pelosi. You just kind of get swept up in another world. If you guys want, this is my new favorite author. I'm telling you, as soon as I get done with The Record Keeper, which I will be done with, hopefully tonight or at the latest tomorrow before I do the interview, they're a page turner. Every single book, I can't wait to get more. I can't wait to read it. If I'm sitting, I have it also on audio books. So when you're driving, if you don't want to listen to the news or my podcast, listen to an audio tape. Okay, so I'm going to check out. Oh yes, the Bible, of course, my favorite book. Nonfiction, but fiction. Nonfiction does put me to sleep. My hawk, awesome, Shemaine. So glad to know that you are found. Oh, thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. Address for Naples area gift cards. Okay, I'm going to, yes. Here's the address for the Naples area gift cards if you want to send it. D. Sleuth, 2420 Old Groves Road, A103, Naples. I don't know why I passed. Oh, from Past Post. Okay, thank you. Sounds amazing. Okay, let's see. Who has time? Yes, I know. We're all busy. Everybody everybody, I'm from the time I get up in the morning till I'm in bed at night, I don't have a lot of time to read either. I want to read. And isn't it interesting that we find time to do the things that we want to do? And you should. You need to carve out time, yes, of course, to pray and to read the Bible and to exercise and to eat right. But also, you have to carve out time for those things that bring you joy. You have to. There are so many difficult and dark days ahead, and we need to keep our spirits buoyed. People like to say, elevate your vibration, and you can do that through putting forth an effort to carve out time. I wrote a book called 4 Minutes to Happy, and it's amazing. If you just set on everybody's got one of these, right? If you set a timer, and this is what I do when I study the Bible, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time. If you just want to do something, whether it's reading the Bible, reading a novel, cleaning out a closet, whatever, set a timer. Set your timer for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever time you have. And then block everything out, put the do not disturb on, and just immerse yourself in that activity. And you'll be surprised that you'll want to continue. If you want to find out more about my book, you can check it out on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. It is called 4 Minutes to Happy. I also co-wrote a New York Times bestselling book called Kill It and Grill It, which, by the way, we are coming out with a part two, coming soon. It's on my list. And then Killer House will be, I'm looking for a publisher, waiting for a publisher, praying about it. I've got a couple irons in the fire, so pray that I find a great publisher to get that message out. If I don't, I will be self-publishing it because this information needs to get out, especially in light of this hurricane. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. God bless you all. I truly appreciate this connection that we have, this opportunity to chat. And once again, go to realamericasvoice.com and you can check out the interview that I just did on American Sunrise with Ed and Karen. I'm sure there's a replay. And then tonight at 6 p.m. Central, Ted and I will be on together with Dr. Gina. So go check it out. And also onemoremission.com. All right, guys, have a great day. Make it a great day. Do something healthy and happy for you today. God bless.